Hi there, this is Steve with Steve'sDailyTarot.com. My intention with these rambles is to kind of give you a look at how I work with the tarot in readings that I do both for myself and for my clients. As you may have noticed from my daily tarot readings, I have a tendency to go for the higher, more spiritual messages given in the cards, rather than the this is going to happen tomorrow stuff. And I receive most of this information from my guides and spiritual teachers, you know, those folks who are in spirit, and of course from my own intuition. With so many of you out there, some of this information will resonate and you'll think, gee, this is absolutely wonderful stuff, and some of it will just, I wonder why he said that. So take what you can use on any given day and just sort of ignore the rest of it. If you enjoy these readings, articles, rambles, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any of the new videos. The topic for today is 6 things to do when you go blank in a reading. This happens to absolutely everybody. Sometimes you lay out the cards and you look at them and you think, huh? And you just absolutely go blank. You have no idea what to say or do next. So here are 6 things designed to help you get past the block. Number 1, look at them, take a deep breath and say, give me a minute, the train of thought just left the station without me. In other words, what you're doing is you're making light of the situation and you're gaining some time to relax and tune into your higher self and your higher guidance. That's number 1. Number 2, move on to the next card. And then go back to the problem card. Sometimes, because we lay them face down and we turn them over one at a time, sometimes moving to the next one will make the first one that you turned over, oh, now that makes perfect sense to me. Especially if the client didn't word the question correctly or you didn't help them and get them to where it's worded right. When you look at the first card that you turn over and you just absolutely go blank, the second one may, oh, we'll put these together and now it works for me. So turning over the next card will help you put the reading, it puts it in perspective and gives you a context that may make more sense. That's number 2. Number 3, get the wide angle view. If nothing else, you wind up with all the cards turned over and you try to find the overview. Are there any connections between the cards? Are there a lot of major arcana? Are there multiples of the same suit or the same number? If you want more information on this, I did a ramble not too long ago on card patterns, and I'll leave you a link in the description. It's worth listening to. We go over the numbers, the suits, all that kind of thing. And then that may help you get the wider overview. Number 4, ask the client a question. Like, what card stands out most to you? You have, I'm assuming now you have all of them turned face up, because if you're stuck, you're stuck. And let the client look at them and say, okay, what stands out the most for you? What color attracts your attention? What symbol attracts your attention? And use their answer to get focused. Number 5, draw an additional card to explain the card that blanked you out. Again, if you deal these face down and you turn them over one at a time, if you get an absolute blank, just go on to the next one. If that doesn't fill it in, when you get down to the end of this line that you've been doing, simply take another card, lay it down on top of the one that blanked you out. The new card will give you new threads of information, maybe a new perspective. It may just answer the entire question. Number 6, and the last one, if you're still a student, you can always pull out your cheat sheet or your reference book or a personal tip sheet that you've created. As a beginner, you may forget a meaning under the pressure of a reading. You'll just look at the card and your mind just shuts off. So explain that you're still learning and just move on. Remember that going blank has happened to every one of us, and it's happened more often than we like to share with people. Think of going blank as a painter. You put a fresh canvas up on the easel, it's a new, and you look at it and you went, okay, now what do I paint? I have the paints laid out, I have the brushes in my hand, I have a canvas up on the easel. Now what am I going to do with it? Same principle. It is a new receptive space. Your guides can come and place new information for you. When your mind is cluttered with a bunch of stuff, it's a lot harder for new information to get through. So before you start a reading, we'll call this number 7, I'll give you a bonus. Before you start a reading, try doing a brief meditation and grounding and get centered. Let the energy flow down through you. All of the negative stuff goes out into the ground. Positive stuff comes out of the heart chakra and surrounds you. Get rid of all the stuff that's cluttering your mind and just give yourself space to put in the messages from Spirit. Okay, there's 7. Thank you for watching. If any of this information resonated with you, hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Write me a note, tell me how you liked it. Tell me what you do when you go blank in a reading. Just hang in there and keep reading. Namaste.